Private Limited. Heartily welcome you, sir.
Guys, happy morning. Okay. Today the topic that they have given me is communication skills. Communication skills plays a very important role, and if you look at all successful people in the past or at the present, all of them had one thing in common. All of them were excellent in communication skills. I'll take a few examples. From a village boy Narayan Murthy who becomes the CEO of Infosys, one of the greatest strength of him was his communication skills. A chaiwala who becomes the greatest prime minister, one of the greatest strength of his was presentation skills, communication skills, and also public speaking skills. Because today the topic was public speaking skills, presentation skills. All this comes under a terminology of communication skills. A tribal woman who lived in the forest, she should have died in the forest, and she should have at least continued to live in the forest only. What is our nature of coming from forest to village, from village to a town, from a town to a city, from city to the head of the state, and from the head of the state to the head of the country, and she becomes the first citizen, and that was only possible because of her amazing communication skills. So all of you who are sitting here, even a fisherman's son who should have lived as a fisherman and he should have died as a fisherman, instead he becomes the missile man of India, and he was the man who was responsible for our Operation Sindhu to be very, very successful, because he dared to do this missile test rather means during those days, and today we are reaping the benefit of it. And this man also had one thing in common: amazing communicators. So each and every one of you sitting here, God knows what kind of strength you are already having. Can you channelize that strength in the right direction and you improve on one skills, that is your presentation and communication skills, and nobody can stop you from becoming as successful as Narendra Damodar Modi. Nobody can stop you from becoming as successful as Abdul Kalam. Nobody can stop you from becoming as successful as Narayan Murthy or Pichai. It is next to possible only if you can right now focus on, from today come what may, I will spend every day of my half an hour on improving my public speaking skills, on improving my communication skills. It is not a Brahma Vidya. There is a saying in Kannada, Kaliyavargu Koti Vidya, Kaliyavargu Brahma Vidya, Kalt Mele Koti Vidya. The concept is the same. When you first went to first standard, you felt everything is so difficult for you. Slowly after second standard, when you look at first, everything was easy. For the first time when you completed your 10th, you felt that is the biggest achievement of yours, and you thought there cannot be anything else above that. But after you came to second PUC, you realized 10th was nothing. It was an easy cup of tea. So in the same manner, any kind of a skill sets initially may look like Brahma Gyan, but after you have mastered it, it becomes very easy. First time you got onto a cycle, it was difficult. Later it became easy. First time behind the steering wheel, it was difficult. Later it became easy. First time the BCA subjects, first time the BCom subjects, first time on the dash, first time a participation in any competition, everything looked difficult, but slowly everything became easy. Why? Because you made an attempt to make it easy. How does that easiness will come? Easiness will come when you practice, when you make an attempt to get into practice. The more practice you do, the more easier it becomes. Even communication skill is like that. We are from Kannada medium schools. A few examples, maybe few of you. We did not speak English until we had come to +1, until our first PUC. But that doesn't mean that I will not communicate in English in future, because I know my future is lying on how fluently I can communicate in English. Each and every one of you who are sitting here, your future also lies on how fluently you can communicate in English. At least for you, people like me are coming and telling. But there were times when people did not come and they did not tell any such thing to us, but we had to learn on our own, and provision of learning weren't as comfortable as you guys are looking at it now. You go to a YouTube, you will find there are 101, thousands and one, lakhs of videos which can help you to improve your communication skills. We were not in that stage. Gifted are all of you. Today ChatGPT can work as a communicator, he can work as a trainer, and he can start guiding you, and that is the greatest gift that God has given. But with all this, if you are not going to develop your communication skills, that means you are becoming a destroyer of yourself. Let me tell you, for anybody's success, for Modi's success, for Draupadi Murmu's success, for Abdul Kalam's success, for Pichai's success, for Narayan Murthy's success, nobody else was responsible. They themselves were responsible. For your success, for your success, for your success, no second man is responsible. You alone are responsible. There is a saying, we say, Dushman kahan hai? What is the answer? Dushman bagal mein nahi hai. Dushman andar hai. Who is stopping you from getting up every day 4 o'clock and studying? Who is stopping you every day writing 3 times, even when the teacher says only write once? Who is stopping you from actually studying more than what you spend the rest of the hours on everything else? Nobody. But the choice has to be made by your neighbor? No, by you. Who is stopping? You only. Your friends are not coming and stopping you. You're stopping yourself. Dushman bagal mein nahi hai. Dushman aapke andar hai. Your father is not responsible for your success. Your mother is not responsible for your success. Your parents, your neighbors, your relatives. There is no godfathers who are going to be responsible for your success. You alone are responsible for your success. If you don't know how to put yourself on a daily basis by making the right choice, your success and failures will depend on your choices. Every day God gives you choice. But for every choice, He creates a consequence. A choice of getting up every day early in the morning, the consequences, I'll be a good in studies. My exams will be better and my results will be far more better than anybody else. Why? The choices what you made was right. So the choices will be in your hand. Nobody else will come and make the choice for you. Today one person says, I don't want to attend the class. Will you join me for a movie? The choice is yours. You can join him. Or you can dare and tell him, no, I want to attend the class. It's my father's hard-earned money. I don't want to waste by getting outside the college, because when I do it today, it will make me do tomorrow. It will make me do day after tomorrow. Again, why? Pleasure that was today a pleasure will not be a pleasure tomorrow. Weekly one movie was a pleasure for you, but after 3 months, weekly one movie will not be a pleasure for you. Weekly one cigar was a pleasure for you. After 15 days, 1 month, the same one cigar in a week will not be pleasure for you. It will ask for 2 cigars per day. It will ask for 2 such movies in a week. Today, half an hour of what you call binge watching, anything, social media or any of the OTTs, it was pleasurable to you. Tomorrow, the same half an hour is not pleasurable. You want it for 1 hour. You want it for 2 cigars. You want it for 3 cigars. You want to go for 2 movies in a week. You want to go for 3 movies in a week. Anything that was pleasurable today will not be pleasurable tomorrow. It will ask you for more and more and more. And then every choice you make in this direction will take you to somewhere else. You had to go to somewhere else. The choice was you. Communicate with yourself properly. I am talking about communication. Forget about communicating with the outside world. First, can you communicate with yourself properly? Communicate with yourself properly and tell yourself what you want to become. Most of you have not told yourself what you want to become. If I raise a question, can you ask yourself what you want to become, and can you tell me? I'll count 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have not yet decided at all. So what communication you are going to do with the outside world? First, have you communicated with yourself and asked, what do I want to become? When you are sure and when you know what you want to become and you have communicated and you have clarity, miracles will happen. Because Dushman bagal mein nahi hai, andar hai, you did not communicate well with you. And always remember, communication is all about your willingness. Your willingness, I want to do. I really want to do. That is called as willingness. There is a beautiful statement, where there is a will, there is a way. Let me rephrase it. Let us say at least like that. Where there is a will, there is a way. Can all of you repeat? Where there is a will, there is a way. Once again, where there is a will, there is a way. Once again, where there is a will, there is a way. Let me rephrase it. There is always a way. Do you have the will? A chaiwala has become a prime minister. There was a way. You are not a chaiwala. That means you should become much more. A tribal woman already is a president. She was in a village. No, she was in a forest. You are already in a better place. What should you become? There is already a way. I saw the list. There is already a way. Few of your old students have got 100 in all the subjects, at least on a consistent basis. You take up a subject, 100 was scored in the same college. There is already a way. The same lecturers, the same chair, the same tables, the same principal also. Few hairs would have fallen. But there was 100 already. Do you have that will? There is always a way. If you have that will, then way will automatically open. When you don't have a will, where will the way open? God only helps those who are ready to help themselves. Are you ready to help yourself? Every time a choice is given, yes, he is asking you that question and he is giving you the choice. When the choice comes, what do you fall for? You fall for like that street dog who falls for a biscuit. You want pleasure. The dog wants pleasure, so he falls for biscuit. You are not dogs. But you behave like a dog. Everywhere you want pleasure. Everywhere you want pleasure. If everywhere pleasure would have been an option, chaiwala would have died as a chaiwala. You wouldn't have lived for 80 years just like how he is right now living as a prime minister, 75. Look at the way he lives his life. Why? He was not a greedy dog who fell for pleasure. Each and every one of you sitting here, you are falling for pleasure. God plays this beautiful trick. The devil puts the biscuit and you fall for it. The angel says, don't fall for it today. If you fall for that biscuit today, tomorrow you will fall for everything. So you should say today, I will not fall for the biscuit. Early in the morning, getting up, there is a pleasure, there is a pain. What will you fall for? You fall for that pleasure. You want that biscuit of pleasure, so you don't get up. Whose choice was it? Your choice. You did not get up. It will result in your result sheet. The person who got up, it will result happiness in his result sheet. Something which gives biscuits now will give you permanent pain in future. You may think it is pleasurable not to get up now. It's pleasurable to watch one movie in a week now, to watch 2 movies in a week now, to smoke 1 cigar in a day now, to smoke whatever. But afterwards, you will feel like scolding yourself and you tell yourself, what an idiot I was. Why? Dushman bahar nahi hai. Dushman andar hai. You always had a choice. You could have told, no. I always have a choice. I can say, no. But when you have that choice, when you don't execute, don't put the blame on them. You are the culprit because it was your choice. Now, right now, improving on a communication should be your choice. Come what may, from today I am going to invest every day half an hour so that I learn the communication skills and I will hit that pinnacle because that is my dream. My life has not to be spent like an animal because animals also live, animals also breed, animals also die, animals also sleep, animals also eat, animals also excrete. You also do the same thing. What's the difference? Animals live a convenient life. They want to sleep. It's a convenience. You are human. Don't live animalistic life. Your life has to be with conviction. When you live a life out of conviction, miracles will happen. Only then a chaiwala can become a prime minister. Only then a fisherman's son will become the greatest scientist. Only then possibilities or impossibilities will become a possibility. People ridiculed and told them you cannot even attend and complete your schooling because you are slow learners. Both of you are not anywhere capable of even completing few standards. These were the words told and they were thrown out of the school, though they were aged and they were not even admitted to the lower cage. And when they went to that school for few days, the teachers and the lecturers, everybody felt these are slow learners, they are mentally slow, they cannot learn, their life is so much only, they should be put into special schools. But both of them today have 1000 inventions under their cap.
Thomas Alva Edison and Albert Einstein, and none of you are in that position where you were thrown out of a school because you did not speak at the age of 8. How many of you sitting here could not speak at the age of 8? You were able to speak. That means you are already in a better place. There is a will. Nay, there is always a will. Do you have that way? Yes, there is always a way now. Now both are there. It is your choice. You will have to say, I want. God will only help those who can help themselves. Are you ready to help yourself? He doesn't want to help those who are not ready to help themselves. You will have to make that first baby move. And don't think anything that is happening, it's not happening because of your will. No. Everything is happening because of thy will. But the choice of execution, selection is your will. You make the right choices, the right destination will be poured on you. You make a wrong choice, wrong destination will go. Communication also is like that. On a daily basis, can I become that excellent communicator? Communication, we will have two types, verbal and non-verbal. When you start speaking, that becomes verbal. When you start writing, that becomes verbal. When you start typing, that becomes verbal. Even without that, I saw how many of you were very positive in your communication, how many of you were negative in your communication. I am dressed properly, my tie is stuck properly, there is a collar button, I have put that collar button, my tie exactly is to the center of my belt. This is the norms and this is how my body language has to be there. Verbally, I have shown I am dressed to the occasion. All of you sitting there, not wearing your tie properly, not exactly putting that knot of V, and not exactly making the tie touch your belt, not tucking your shirt, and wearing informal shoes. Ask yourself what kind of communication you are following. Choice was yours. Your mother didn't say, I cannot buy you a shoe. They bought you a shoe. Your father did not say, instead of white socks, I'll get you a black sock. They gave you a choice. When all these were given, why did you make the right choices? By making a wrong choice, what message are you sending the universe? I am ordinary, I'll die ordinary. Or by living a disciplined life, do you want to send a message to the universe? I am not ordinary, I am made to do extraordinary things in life. And if you can shift that, then definitely from ordinary you become extraordinary. Or else you will live an ordinary life and you will die as an ordinary man. Choice is yours. You need not move big mountains. Can you move small things? Communicate with yourself small things. My dress, my timings, my class, my book, my pen. Every class has to be started with an heading. That is the proper body language. None of you opened the book, none of you wrote the heading, none of you asked what is the topic. You simply came like a herd of sheep and you simply sat. Brr, 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 come, come. And you came and you sat. What is the purpose in your life? What is the goal in your life? Now nobody asked, what topic are you going to speak, sir? Speak anything, sir. We have come, we will grace, we will go. Nobody came with a seriousness. What topic are you going to speak, sir? What's your name, sir? Can I write the topic, sir? Can I take down few points, sir? None of you came with a weapon also. You are going and fighting those people who are having machine guns there, and you come, there is no book, there is no paper, and you just walk in and you come. दुश्मन आ जाओ, हम गले लगेंगे. गले लगने वाला दुश्मन नहीं है उधर. गोली मारने वाला दुश्मन है. गले से पहले गोली निकलेगा, उसके बाद में गले के लिए आएंगे. कहाँ? उधर. जो शहीद हुआ है उसके लिए गले में डाल के नहीं, शोल्डर पे डाल के लेके जाएंगे. Learn the disciplines of your life. You don't need a teacher to correct you. This we used to do it in LKG. Makle book tagomani, makle pen tagomani, makle write down the heading. But today you are a learned one. Choices is always yours. You do, you don't do. As a lecturer, whether it is I as your lecturer or your teacher, we won't stop you because it's a PD session we are telling you. You want to write, write. If you don't want to write, leave it. Homework is a compulsive for writing, you write. That's where we give a choice. Why we give a choice? Because by choice you will have to become a leader. By compulsion if you become a leader, aeroplane में pilot ऊपर नहीं लेके जाएगा, पूरा ऊपर लेके जाएगा. Why? By choice he became a pilot, सीधा लेके जाएगा. By force if he becomes a pilot, सीधा ऊपर लेके जाएगा. Why? Choice was yours. So what we say, अगर आपके अंदर है, I want to do it. It's not a compulsion. It's by choice you want to do it, then miracles will happen. By compulsion, if you do, miracles shall not happen. So learn this basic lesson. The first meaning of communication is, have I communicated with myself and can I bring a leader out of me? For that, nobody else is responsible. Every time Jambuvanta cannot come and say, Anuma, you are capable of doing much bigger things than you. Assuming if a lion he was not a lion, he was a bear. If the bear comes and if he starts talking like a Jambuvanta, hey, you are an incarnation of Lord Hanuman, I am here to tell something. If he comes there only, he will run away from this. So reality is not acceptable. So who is going to be the Jambuvanta? You. You will have to communicate with yourself and make yourself much more stronger than what you are. That is what you will have to learn. So in a simple terms, I have told what is communication. Self-communication, self-discipline is one way I am communicating to the world and saying, I am self-disciplined, I want you also to be self-disciplined. I as a lecturer, I come late, I cannot bring discipline onto you. I as a captain, I don't make runs, I don't catch balls, I don't field. I cannot make you catch. Is it coming? बीच में रुक जाएगा ना, मैं उस हनुमान को बुलाऊंगा और संजीवनी लेकर जाके आपको उधर भेजूंगा, ठीक है? Now, so it is very important that what are the elements of communication? We will see. You need a media, you need a receiver, you need a sender. All these are technical aspects. Right now for yourself, you are a receiver, you are a sender, you are everything. So can you communicate within yourself and make yourself the most strongest, the most eligible, the most best personality of this world? The choice is in your hand, not in your neighbors' hand, not your family's hand, not in your colleagues' hand, not in your teachers' hand also. You alone are responsible for your destination. And always remember that there are two things. Ask yourself, do I have a mind of willingness? Mind is where thoughts are grown. In the willingness mind, solutions are gone. In non-willingness mind, excuses are gone. Few people can have excuses also. For everything you can have excuses. Excuses is a truth in a wrong place. But there are a lot of people who become legendary. They don't become legendary because they started giving excuses in life. They become legendary because they started giving solutions in their life, because their mind always worked like, I am a womb of willingness. So what can I do to get a solution? If I am a womb of non-willingness, what can I do to excuse myself from doing this? The choice is yours. Ask yourself in every time when you get, what are the key elements of communication? A speaker, a receiver, voice modulation, eye contact, body language. We will see. What is the communication style? There are three kinds of communication style. One is passive communicators. People like Sadhguru, people like Art of Living, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, all the spiritual leaders, they speak on a very sober. That is called as a passive communication. We will go deep. And there is a next level who is called as an assertive communicator. A communicator who communicates a little more aggressively than this. And the last one is aggressive communicator. Subhash Chandra Bose was an aggressive communicator. Hitler was an aggressive communicator. They cannot get, please come, we will fight them. We will fight, please come. I'll give you pups. That won't work. आप मुझे खून दो, मैं आपको आजादी देता हूँ. जितने लोग इधर बैठे हैं खून देने के लिए रेडी है अपना भारत माता के लिए. Then it works. It has to be touching. My beloved sisters and brothers of America, it's a touching. It has to be assertive, a little aggressive, and then sober. Vivekananda had these amazing skills in that speech what he gave in that religious first tour of Indian participation. When he spoke, my beloved sisters and brothers of America, what a communication it was, what an energy it was, what a vibe it was. When he spoke, half of the audience were leaving. He was considered as a last speaker because by his attire they thought, what will he speak? India was less known to the outside world. India was forgotten. Swami Vivekananda reminded them there is something called as India, and today there is no country which doesn't know about India. There are a lot of countries who are proud about our Sanatana Dharma, a Dharma which existed in the past, a Dharma which will exist in the future, and the Dharma which will continue to resist. Akka is sleeping, please ask her not to sleep. Okay, okay. So it's very, very important that you know that Sanatana Dharma. We were in the past, we will be in the present, we shall be in the future. That was our ancient history. We lived like that, a legendary life. Today the world knows. But until and unless this man went on that stage and he told, my beloved sisters and brothers of America, he did not say brothers and sisters of America. We always kept Bharat Mata high. We always kept womanhood high. That was then followed by Vivekananda. It is still followed by now present Narendra Modi. So that is beloved brothers and sisters of America. The moment this voice went out, all the people who were leaving, they felt like they should turn back. That is called as aura. Can you generate that aura in your communication and energy level which can hook onto the speaker, and they should not sleep. When somebody sleeps in my class, I say my aura is coming down. I should have been such a good communicator. I should look into the eyes of the audience and nobody should sleep. Even if he is scrolling a Facebook or any kind of social media, the moment my words touch him, he should look into my eyes. That was the capability of an Indian communicator. That was Swami Vivekananda. We never had videos then. It was only audios. The audio was transformed to a large space, even at the parking unit, even at the eatable, what you call catering section, where people went for refreshment, even at the restroom. But when this voice was heard in the restroom, people stopped doing what they were doing. They wanted to come back, but they really did not stop. Because few people will only think of this, how can they stop it? Now afterwards I'll tell you, they did not stop. Now only I'm telling you. Okay? Now they came back. People who were eating, they stopped and they went back with the eateries, because they wanted to know who is this man who is speaking, my beloved sisters and brothers of America. That is what we call powerful communication. And when people went there and they listened to him, they were mesmerized. Can you come on the dais and mesmerize people? Then you can become a leader. Abdul Kalam was capable of doing this to his subordinates. Narendra Modi was capable of doing this to his subordinates. Narayan Murthy was capable of doing this to his subordinates. So people came and they wanted to work for Infosys. When people listened to his vision, they felt like it is something achievable. He made people believe it is achievable. He was able to get into that state where people strongly believed in him. Dhirubhai Ambani, people were ready to invest everything they had earned and put it onto Dhirubhai Ambani's company or shares, because they knew this man can do miracles. That strong belief system came because of communication. Yes, we speak about verbal or non-verbal. Non-verbal is what you do, how you look at, what the dress code you wear, how do you move yourself, what's your eye contact, how many times you blink your eye, how many times you stare at people, how many times you look left and right, how many times you change your body language, change your movements. All these comes under non-verbal communication. Verbal is words. Next, formal and informal. All of you would have learned what is called as informal communication, because on a daily basis you are only doing informal. Very rarely you get an opportunity to talk to your school principal or a CEO or a director. Most of your communication is informal. But when you get into a workplace, you will have to do formal communication. That's the reason you fail miserably in an interview, because you cannot for the first time formally communicate with the HR who has come to interview you. So learn to formally communicate right from now. When you're talking to each other, treat each other, they are like your colleagues. Treat each other like they are your seniors, and try to speak to them in that respectful tone. So in the event of HR or an interview, the same respectful tone will automatically come. So we will look into that. And there are, in communication, whether it is presentation skills, whether it is public speaking skills, there are two types. One is where a topic is given to you, a time is given to you, and then you come and speak. Like for me, the topic was given, the date was given, the time was given, I come here and I speak. This is called as prepared speaking. There is impromptu speech or extempore. Extempore means I don't know. I get onto the place and then they say this is the topic I'll have to speak. That is called as extempore. And one more extempore is there, on the spot it will be changed. What is that on the spot? Maybe 3 speakers are there to speak. All of a sudden your principal will come and say, the next speaker has come. Half an hour speech you will have to give in 15 minutes. That means Mungaru Male 2.5 movie I will have to show in 1.5 hours. Adu kerko dialogue only I will have to remove it off. So it doesn't work like that. Very, very difficult extempore speaking. And one more also will happen. As I am speaking, the lecturer will come. I say, what? Next speaker is not there. Continue for 1 hour. Mungaru Male once I can show. Second time if I show, what will you do? You will run away from the theatre. Or that kerko one you will allow me to do. Don't see no bekidre innonsati helbidi sir. But rest of the time what will I do? But a good public speaker is the one who can dare to carry it for 1 hour, who can stop it abruptly whenever required, or who can also minimize it and make it a tiny speech. That is called as preparedness. Can I be ready with all these techniques so that I can speak non-stop, long hours, or I can speak in short and finish it off? Both are going to be possible. That is what we say extempore, and one more is prepared communication. Intrapersonal, interpersonal communication, that is what I meant. Intrapersonal is when I am talking to the outside world. Interpersonal is, am I talking to myself properly? Do I know what kind of hair I use, what kind of color I like to use, what kind of makeup I like to do, what kind of dress I like to stitch? Am I short, am I long, am I fat, am I thin? Because the dress code will vary. If I am very thin, I like to use a different kind of stitching. If I am very short, different kind of stitching. If I am too fat, different kind of stitching. If my color of the skin is on the other side, different kind of stitching. This is, do you know yourself properly? Do you know what exactly you want properly? That comes under intrapersonal. Interpersonal is talking to the outside world. How good you are where you go and address the outside world, and how comfortable you are. Can we be that Swami Vivekananda? Can you be that Pichai who gave that speech? Can you be that Bill Gates who gave that speech? Can you be that Steve Jobs who gave that speech? Can you be that Dhirubhai Ambani who gave that speech? Can you be that Subhash Chandra Bose who gave that speech? Or can you be that Prime Minister Narendra Modi who gave that speech? It's a communication. And communication only comes when you have that aura. You cannot have that aura by not following discipline. So great communicators always have followed discipline. That's the reason you can see that energy and vibes in their communication. Let it be Swami Vivekananda, let it be Subhash Chandra Bose, let it be Mahatma Gandhi. They have that aura in them. So prepare yourself, because any time such a situation can come, with that 5 minutes of talk, you can get hold of 5 crore business. With that 3 minutes of speech, you should be able to crack 300 crores business onto your side. Days will come when you will have to do this and prove that you are the best. For that, right now is that time. You are just a plant now. You are that young plant. Prepare yourself properly so that you grow into a beautiful tree which can start giving you fruits. So there are multiple levels of communication. One to self, one to one. I am talking to one to one. One to self is within myself. That is what we say self communication. One to one, if I am talking to one individual. One to many, one to too many, one to too many. That is public speaking. How do I put myself? Why communication plays a very important role? Let me give you clarity. Good academic skills will definitely get you to an interview. आप अच्छा communicate करते हो, it can take you to an interview. But to get through the interview with an offer letter, again I am telling you, to get through the interview with an offer letter, you need proper communication skills, you need proper attitudinal skills. Both are equally important. If you don't have that, you can attend n number of interviews, but you will never be able to get that job. So, but it is excellent communication skills that gets you a job. All of you would have heard this. So start following and start working so that the first interview what you get, you should come out of it with an offer letter. You should be that person who says, in my college 8 companies had come, all the 8 companies gave me offer letter. That's a pride. And again, academic skills alone is responsible? No. Again, academic skills will only take you to an interview. But to get through the interview, you need what is called as communication skills. I can quote n number of such advertisements. IBM's advertisement, Tata's advertisement, Infosys advertisement, Accenture advertisement. Government officials also today have started advertising, and they say these are the proper things that we require. But one thing is, you should be excellent in communication skills. They are very underlined. Now here, if I am seeing a small job offer, but I will read only one statement. I require exposure. What it says, quick decision making skills, undergraduates or graduates, but with excellent communication skills. Everywhere they emphasize that you should have excellent communication skills. You are a graduate, it's okay. You are an undergraduate, it's okay. But they always insist excellent communication skills. I'll be sharing this PPT if you want. In all these advertisements, every advertisement, if you go deep inside, everywhere they have asked you should be excellent in communication skills. So being excellent in communication skills is a common expectation. If you are not good in that, you will not get that promised jobs. A good figure salary, 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, 1 lakh plus, 2 lakh plus, all these can be yours if you have proper communication skills. Here also there is one more ad, but here also what they say, 6 months to 3 years experience, freshers, but with excellent communication skills.
graduate or undergraduate ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಬ್ರು ಎಲಿಜಿಬಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್, ಅಂಡರ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ or post graduate ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗ್ಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್. ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸೇ ಗುಡ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಗುಡ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ, ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್. Excellent means it is a peak. Among you three, the highest one is called as excellent. But among all of you, this highest will not be excellent. All of you means the highest will be called as excellent. For 100 as a count, 100 is excellent. For 200 as a total marks, 200 is excellent. Hi. 200 is excellent. You're seeing back, you're seeing back, you're seeing back, you're seeing back. You have an eye at the back. Great man you are. Okay, now what's wrong with our English? Why I am putting it? ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಾನ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ರಕ್ತಗತವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಟ್ ಹೋಮ್. ನಮ್ದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಶಾಲೆಯಿಂದ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಆಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಎಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಟಿಲ್ 7th. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್, ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ English and your language has become an informal mixture of other language and English. Kanglish anta agbodu, a mixture of Tamil and English would have been there. So that is not actually called as formal English. Here was one simple advertisement, a very recent ad. When I heard, sorry, I want to recruit around 1,000 persons for my bank. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದು ಡೆಕ್ಕನ್ ಹೆರಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಆಡ್, ನನಗೆ 1000 ಜನ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಒಂದು ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay, I want to recruit 1,000 persons for my bank. I am okay with final year students of any degree, even history or fine arts. But mind you, they will have to speak good English. The moment I heard this word, ನನ್ನ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, I can recruit left, right and center because every college will have an outgoing students list. ಆ outgoing students ಎರಡು ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ 2,000 ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ. The HR told it is not as easy as this because my first job was as a junior HR. I thought we will do complete recruitment. Then only I realized it is not possible because none of us, what we think is communication is real communication skills. That is completely different. Again, when I heard this words from an HR head of a foreign bank, I was excited. We contacted all the leading colleges of the town to tell them about this bonanza that was coming their way. I went with the bank's HR team to every college for an interview. The procedure was very, very simple. We used to ask the candidate to walk in and we used to ask him to speak for a minute in English on himself and also on any one topic. This was a common thing told to everybody. The moment I can raise one of you who are talking and I can ask you stand, I'll give you a topic. Can you speak 2 minutes on this topic? Simple. It's very simple interview. None of them could even start. 50% of them could not start. All of a sudden when you ask, you are not having that confidence to start. And the rest 50% started, they were not able to complete. They got stuck in between. 25% got stuck in between. The rest 25% Jatka Gadi Tara, Nilsi, Nuki, final destination reach adru, but we could not select them. Very few countable people were able to get through. Ask yourself, can you do this right now? And ask yourself, how are you spending your time other than the college hours, between the periods, between the lunch hours, between so many leisure times? How are you working towards yourself to improve your communication? If you are going to do what everybody else is doing, you will be one like them. If you want to be different, then you will have to follow the different paths. Now, I went with the bank HR team and anything from the latest movie to the candidate's boyfriend or even any sports personality, and in 30 seconds the decision would be told. Or 30 seconds matadi tashna, okay, your room number 2, okay, room number 3. We used to say like that. Room number 2 means selected, room number 3 means not selected. Because we won't have time for that. The moment they go to room number 2, one junior HR will be there, he will explain. So simple was the interview. About 98% failed. How many failed? 98%. Only 38 out of 2,000 students. How many? Only 38 out of 2,000 students were selected. That means something was seriously wrong in so-called convent medium students in their English. Ask yourself, are you capable of going on to the dais and speaking on any topic for 2 minutes? Do you have that capability in you?
If you don't have, start working on your communication skills from tomorrow. Otherwise, you will be finding yourself in the same group where there are a lot of people who say, I've completed my engineer, I've completed my BCA, I've completed my BCom, and they will not have jobs. They will be jobless. I'm taking engineering as a target. There are 16,000 colleges, and there are around 17 lakh students who get graduated every year, and only 30,000 of them, 2,000 graduates every year, even in a small city, 2 lakh, but only 30,000 will be employable. What will happen to the rest of them? Rest of them, they don't have proper communication skills. Ask yourself, do you fall in that category? Down the line, a situation will come, all the AI known people will get a job, all the AI not known people will not get a job. Known people means, sumne AI definition gottirodu anta alla. Communication skills means simply I am speaking in English only with my friends. That is not communication skills. Can I go on the dais and present myself? That was a topic for me. Presentation skills. Can I go and speak and address a big gathering? Public speaking skills. If I am capable of doing that, miracles will happen. You will get the best of the best job. If you are not capable of doing that, you will suffer. So there is no shortcut. Here, among the 2 lakh graduates, only 30,000 was employable. Lack of communication skill was the problem. In the interview, most of them had languaging problems. They were not able to introduce themselves very clearly. That will be the status quo of most of us. Why? We are not prepared for that. We think communication is one of it and it has come gradually for us. No, you will have to put efforts to learn communication. That is what we are going to speak about. Here is a small write-up where we speak about why and what is the importance of communication. Let me explain. This is a small write-up which had come in Deccan Herald newspaper. All of you know which is the most powerful country? Definitely US. So there was one research team that was sent from India to identify why is America considered as such a developed nation, why is America considered as such a fast forward nation, what could be their education system and how could we work on the same education system and follow them so that we can also become successful. If any of you want to become successful, follow people of those who are very, very successful, follow their routine, follow their discipline, slowly you will also become successful. If you want to be a failure, follow a person who has failed and follow his routine, you can definitely become a failure. It is a copycat, it works. But I want to be successful, I don't follow all his routine, that will not work. So follow his routine, follow everything what he does, follow it much better than what he does, you will become a better Ekalavya, like better than Arjuna. You need not be Arjuna at all who is giving offline classes. You can become that Ekalavya who was given online classes, used to watch on the trees, but still he was able to perform better because his conviction was far more stronger than Arjuna's conviction. Dronacharya says, if I really have to conclude my saying, who was my best student, I will always say my best student was not Arjuna and my best student was Ekalavya. Arjuna, I taught him and he became the best. But Ekalavya, I did not teach him, he observed and he became best. So I consider him as my best student. In the same manner, right now, there may be lecturers who are very good, who can deliver whatever you want. There may be lecturers who may not be very good. But let me tell you, in the same school, there are people who have got 10%. There is always a way. You should ask yourself, do you have a will? So here is a small write-up. When the US entire education system was analyzed, they gave education as number 6, knowledge as number 4. ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯಾರ್ದನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿಯಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್, ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್? ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್? ಸರ್ ಕಾನ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಓದಿರೋದು ನನ್ನ ಮಗ, ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. They don't give importance to communication. They think communication has automatically come to you. Communication doesn't come automatically. You will have to learn to become good communicator. So US ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ನಾಲೆಜ್ ನ 4ರಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ನ 6ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ವಿ. ನಾವು ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾಲೆಜ್ ನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ 1ರಿಂದ 10 ಇರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀವಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗನ್ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ವಿ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ನೋ. ಅದೇ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ. ಐ ನೋ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, I speak English, I know English, I can communicate well. But why is that you are not able to communicate in interview well? Why? Because you have not learned public speaking skills. You have not really learned presentation skills. If you can well do public speaking and presentation skills, you can still be an amazing interview facing person. You can face any interview and get through because you are a good and smart communicator. That is what we teach you. So this is all about this. Remember this. You will have to work if you want both the wings of a managerial bird fly. One is communication, one more is public speaking skills. Eradu important irutte. And dress code. Non-verbal communication alli dress code plays an important role. Today Infosys also will ask for the same dress code. Maybe in Infosys you will be working in an AC environment. But still, for an army man, dress code is important. Whether he is in minus to 12 degrees Celsius, bordering the border, or whether he is in a desert with 40, 50, 60 degrees Celsius, he still has to wear a dress code. There is no excuse at all. Lot of women officers, they wear such a clothes and they stay bordering the India's border from morning till evening. What about them? Under the fan, under the roof, you are feeling uncomfortable. You open up your tie because you feel a little uncomfortable. How much uncomfortable they are feeling? It is all in the mind. The discipline is your mind. Can you discipline your mind so much that I am going to wear a formal dress all the 365 days in a week to my college whenever the college is on, and my dress code will never change come what may. That is called as dress code, formal dressing. This has to be a norm. Today Infosys, at least 3 days in a week they have a formal dress code, semi-formal one day and casual on one day. They make this. Even in the casual they have designed. That doesn't mean that you can wear Bermudas and go. No, the security man will not allow you inside. So please keep this in mind. So today formal dress code is very, very important. Formal communication is very, very important. Infosys has implemented this tie discipline and you will have to follow. There is no second. And because they want to learn your body language, know how good is your communication, know how good is your body language, and how presentable you are, how is your presentation skills, it's very difficult to actually look at the resume and say how good this person can communicate. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ, a resume ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. You come to me, you pay 1,000 rupees, I'll create the best resume that you can ever imagine, and you can forward that resume to any kind of a job. They will definitely call you for an interview. Why? The resume speaks so many good things about you. But when the resume gets into the campus, the work campus, when you go there, you're already selected. Why? Because your resume tells all these qualities are there. But they want to check whether really you have the qualities mentioned in the resume in yourself. If it is there, you will get selected. If it is not there, you will not get selected. So where is the problem? Bottleneck is that communication skills. Resume was prepared by somebody else. So what is happening? Companies are finding it very difficult to manage time because every interview, every kind of a test, it is time consuming. So what they do, you make a video CV and give it to us. 2 minutes or a 3 minutes video CV and give it to us. This has been a norm today. ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಏನ್ ನಾವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನು ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ನೀವು ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರೊನೌನ್ಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್, ಬಾಡಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್, ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, 50% ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್. 50% ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಳಿಸೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ನೋ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. Then they approach a professional who will train them, allow them to make a video. In that training they would have learnt a lot. By that they can get through the interview. But abruptly you cannot. So today people are asking for CVs. By the end of this week you can create a CV for yourself, share it with your teachers and tell them, ma'am, how is my presentation skills here? How is my pronunciation skills here? How is my eye contact here? How is my expression skills here? How is my body language? Am I using my right hand? Am I using my left hand? Is there a smile in my face? Is there a positiveness when I am talking? Ivella critics na kelbittu, you can prepare yourself. Dushman kahan hai? Andar hai. None of you will do it. Why? Because there is a pain. There is no pleasure in this. There is a pain. You will have to ask, somebody will have to come with a tripod, just like I am recording my own classes. I want to know how good I am. I want to know how effective I can be. So for that, I am recording my own classes. I am becoming a critic of myself. I want to see how my flow was. ನಾನು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇತ್ತು, ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಟೇಕ್ ಓವರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ತಲೆ ಬಾಚ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಕೂದಲು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ರು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೂ ಕಣ್ ಮೆಟ್ಟಿಸದೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಟೆಂಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಹೆಡ್. What all of you are doing, but my videography I have asked the technology to do it, and he is doing it. That is how I'll have to learn. I want to become better than today. My choices, I was something yesterday, I cannot be the same today. I want to be better than yesterday. How can I be better than yesterday? By using the technology, recording myself and telling these are the places I can improve. Choice is always with you, and when you fail on the last day of your deathbed, don't curse anybody. And definitely you will not. You will curse yourself so badly. Let that day not come. Be proud about how you spent in making the right choices every time an option was given to you. Every time an option was given to you, ask yourself, how did you make the choice? For that, you should smile and die in your deathbed. You should not cry and die in a deathbed. The only difference is this. So excellent communication can actually take you from what you are to what you can become. For that, yes, your MBA, your MCA, your MTech, your MCom, your PhD will not get you good jobs. What can get you good jobs is excellent communication skills. Know this and start working towards it right from today. Today, cutthroat competition has made it imperative for professionals to brand themselves just like they are a product. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. When an interviewer asks you, one of the common question, why should I hire you? Please. Hire you andaga that positiveness should come. Sir, I think I will be an asset to your company, sir. And a hard worker like this, I was an asset in my college, I was an asset in my school. And every time there was a volunteer organization which invited volunteers, everybody felt I was an asset there. With that confidence, I am telling, if you take me to Infosys, I will become such a great asset. You will feel proud of your selection, sir. That is how your energy should be. Are you ready to give that speech? It doesn't come without practice. Bardu practice ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೇಳಿ practice ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. You go to ChatGPT, ask him 50 best interview questions that if I can prepare, I can get through any interviews. He will give you a big list. You want answers, ask him, give me with answers, he will give you. You want him to say it, he will go voice mode and he can say it. Everything is possible under the sky. How? Because of the technology. Can you use this technology and grow yourself from what you are to what you can become? So, there is also, when we talk about communication and presentation skills, there is a small attachment or a link towards your zodiac signs. Most of you, based on your zodiac signs, will be your communication skills. I'll take a simple example because I am a Virgo. We will take up. How many Virgos are here? Please raise your hand. Virgo, 22nd September plus or minus. September borns, please raise your hand. All September born. August born, raise your hand. All borns, raise your hand. Anybody dead here? You were born, na? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. All Indians, raise your hand. All boys and girls, raise your hand. Anybody who is not a boy and a girl who has not raised his hand? Okay, good. That means you are listening. Anybody sleeping? Did not. There is a small link to your zodiac sign. I'll give you one simple example. I am Virgo. I'll just read how Virgoians communicate. Although you may seem very shy, when I came, you looked like this guy is a very shy guy. You know, neat dress ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ, he may sit and he may go. Okay, you are a very charming and you are exactly made for the situation. You feel at ease as the flow goes and you take everybody into confidence and nobody can beat you in the way you can influence others. Those are Virgoians. But it doesn't come all of a sudden one day. I'll have to practice. These kind of nature is there in you. If you can put communication skill set into yourself, you can become that amazing communicators. And amazing communicators like that you can become, and that is possible if you practice this. So, what is communication? I have already the definition I have told you. I have told you in communication the elements will be
there is a message, there is a sender, there is a receiver, and there is an interpreter. A good communicator is what I want to actually send. If I am sending exactly the same and making you understand the same, then I am a good communicator. But if I am sending something else and you are understanding something else, then I am a bad communicator. So a good communicator should always know what he wants to send, and what he exactly sends should be what they receive and what they understand. If I can match this, I am a good communicator. So there will be a lot of barriers in communication, like noise, time and environment. Right now, if I am sitting here, if it was an AC room, most of you would have been more attentive. If the fans noise wouldn't have disturbed, there would have been still more personal attention. If this was a little early in the morning, not before the lunch break, it would have been still more effective. Like that, in a communication environment, you can find out there are a lot of positiveness, there are a lot of negativeness. How can I bring out positiveness? By using certain tools, giving an atmosphere of a comfortable environment, giving an atmosphere of a noise-free environment, giving an atmosphere of a proper time and the right time, giving an atmosphere of an environment where you are not disturbed by the outside world. So this way I can improve my delivery of communication. But a good communicator is, irrespective of whatever the place is, whatever the audience is, with whatever the equipment he has, how good he can communicate. Because all our ancient speakers, they never had this luxury of mic, they never had a luxury of gramophone, they never had mic and even amplifiers. They had to speak, and they had to speak small gatherings. So we are blessed because we are blessed with so many things. So can you become that excellent communicator? These are those things. We will not go deep inside it. Some of the things very important when it comes to communication. A good communicator should know who is the audience. I should know my audience are BCom, BBA, BCA students. I should channelize my speech and examples exactly like that. Who is the audience? What is the purpose? My purpose is to bring some confidence in you. My purpose is to bring some changes in you. My purpose is, can I make you get influenced with few attitudinal skills so that from tomorrow you start developing it. So what is the purpose and how am I going to do? What is my style? What stories I am going to use? What context I am going to give? So every time you have an opportunity, understand who, what and how, and you will be able to deliver a beautiful speech. Okay, so who, what, how in the sense, how many minutes I have, how am I going to deliver, how long am I going to deliver. When I come to what is the message, what story I am going to give, what context I am going to use, who is going to be audience. Am I actually communicating, keeping that who is attending my session in my perspective, then only my speech can be more effective. And I have already told you there are three styles of communication: passive, assertive and aggressive. Ask yourself, can I communicate in all the three ways possible? That would be excellent. And also a very important slide. Most of us, if I give you a small assignment and I say next week everybody should come and you should speak on a particular topic, what most of you will do, you will spend 95% of the time picking up words. ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಜೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಹಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಗೇನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಗೇನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಂಡೇವರೆಗೂ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ನೇ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ನೇ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ 95% ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಚೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಸ್ ದ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ 7%. Guys, words will only influence 7%. The rest ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. One complete week you are only picking up words. Only on Sunday night, now my topic is ready and you start actually trying to take a practice of how to deliver. You wasted 5%. Where you had to waste 5% of the time, you wasted 95% of your time. Nobody has told you this. But in real sense, 7% is only the words that will only influence. Iduvargu yen preparation at bari 7%. What will influence the audience? 38% paralinguistic. Paralinguistic means the way something is told, the accent what I use, the discipline what I maintain, voice modulation how I increase. Now a lot of people were talking, I raised my voice, I took the attention, I was able to catch it for some time.
After some time, it will again get loose. Again, I'll have to take your attention. Somebody is sleeping, I'll have to throw a humor and make it more realistic. Like that, we will have to do lot of consistent, different activities. All that is paralinguistic. Topic is already there in my mind. That will not make a difference. How I put it across, and 55%, the maximum junk is my body language. People are looking at me. What is my dress? 90% of my body is tucked with the clothes. Am I wearing the right kind of clothes? Makes a lot of difference. My face, most of them are watching my face. How is my expression in my face? How is my eye contact? Am I looking at the audience into the eyes and then speaking? All this makes a lot of difference, and this only can make you communicate well. Whether it is an interview, whether it is a presentation, or whether it is standing, raising your hand and asking a question, do you have this in you? When you have this, you can hit that bullseye. You can become from ordinary to extraordinary. 55% is body language. And there are other aspects. Let me also discuss about 2 to 3, 4 things. Extempore, I have already told you. What will be your initial preliminary and what will be your after analysis? ನಾನು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದಾಗ most of you were thinking, what could be sir's age? ಏನ್ ಏಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು? ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಏರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ಏರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್, ಒಂಚೂರು ಏಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ತುಂಬಾ ಏಜು ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಕಪ್ಪು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಲ್ಕು ಇಲ್ಲ, ದಪ್ಪನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಣ್ಣನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಉದ್ದನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಾ ಕುಳ್ಳು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಯು ಡಿಡ್. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಏನೋ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಎಂ.ಟೆಕ್ ಅಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಬಂತು, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂ.ಟೆಕ್ ಓದಿರೋರನ್ನ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂಚೂರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ವಾಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೈ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್? ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಡೆಕ್ಕನರಾಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್, ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೋಡು ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಇಫ್ ಎ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗಿವನ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಅವೇ. ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಯು ಕಮ್. ಬಟ್ ದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್, you will only look at my facial expression, my smiles, my blank, my movements, my sound. That is the power of a speaker. Initially, ಯಾರು ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, the moment I start, I can take over the audience. My beloved sisters and brothers of America was enough, and the entire audience came back, and they wanted him to speak again, but that was the last day. So the same crowd followed Swami Vivekananda when the paper announced that this guy will be speaking on this auditorium, this guy will be speaking on this auditorium. The entire audience rebooked the ticket, stayed back for a week. They listened to him multiple times and then they went. That is the power of communication. Each and every one of you has that power of communication in you. All of us are from the same gene. Your father, his father, his father, his father, his father, his father. We came from 2 people only, or maximum 10 people. That is how we have branched out. All of our genes are same. Swami Vivekananda is sitting in one of our blood, in all of our blood. Can you bring him out? You will have to polish it. Even a gold, when it is kept without polishing, gold will not look like a gold. All of you are that gold. All of you are that masterpiece. All of you are that masterpiece. You are that diamond, you are that gold. But are you not polishing yourself so that that gold shine is exhibited? Swami Vivekananda is sitting in you. Subhash Chandra Bose is sitting in you. Bhagat Singh is sitting in you. You will have to bring him out. Instead of that, you bring animals out. Animals means bad people I am talking about. Non-heroic people you are trying to bring out. The choice is yours. Again I am telling you, दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है, दुश्मन अंदर है. You will bring Bhagat Singh out of you or you will bring Duryodhan out of you. Choice is yours. In a session, will you be that Ekalavya? Even I don't have a class. There is one student who was sitting there, he was observing me talk. He did not leave until I noticed him. Somehow he was curious to know what I have spoken because he had heard me speaking in the last session. So I admire him. Thanks to him, I wanted to say, come and sit. Before that, he left. Look at his curiosity. He liked my previous class also. He made an attempt to come here and stand here and listen. The choice was his. You also have that choice. Few of you are sitting inside. It is an offline class. Just like Duryodhana also attended the offline class. But Dronacharya feels, I failed as a teacher when I take Duryodhana as an example. And I feel proud as a teacher when I take Arjuna as an example. I feel blessed as a teacher when I see Ekalavya as an example. So what example are you setting? choice was given, opportunity was given to every one of you in equal. God will never do wrong accounts. God will never do wrong accounts. He will do perfect accounts. He gives opportunities equally to everybody. But when an opportunity is given, when you make a wrong choice, He will never give you a corresponding opportunity like that. When the first 2020 World Cup was to be done and a captain was required, one boy raised his hand and he grabbed it. Others who did not grab, they will never get one day international opportunity also. Why? Once opportunity was given, you made a choice, I am not interested. The universe knows that he is not interested. Let me not give him opportunity at all. Dhoni is interested. Let me give him opportunity. Dhoni became the first 2020 World Cup captain. Dhoni became a first international World Cup captain 6 months or 1 year down the line. And within 1.5 months down the line, he also became a test match captain, because when opportunity was given, he raised his hand and he told, I will be the captain. Each and every one of you, such choices are given. But if you make up a easy choice, if you make up a choice like a biscuit choice, convenient, a choice of pleasure, you will not become like Draupadi Murmu, you will not become like Abdul Kalam, you will not become like Bill Gates, you will not become like Steve Jobs. For that to happen, you should volunteer pain, and how long and how many times you have volunteered pain will decide how far you will go. So, this is how it is going to be when it comes to communication skills. One more slide and after that I will close. All of us know public speaking is a fear, but all of us are afraid of public speaking. The only way to get rid of public speaking is getting onto the dais and start speaking. So, the only way you can overcome public speaking is go on and speak in public. What we call, I am experiencing a fear, I am experiencing a fear, I am experiencing a fear. From fear to fearless. That means fear is little less. From fearless to fearlessness. To change from fear to fearlessness, can you go through the procedure? ನನಗೀಗ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ, ಯಾವ ಥರ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾರೋ, ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಹತ್ರ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬಾಬಾ ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಈ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಊಟ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಮಲಗ್ತಾರ, ಎಬ್ರಿಸ್ತಾರ, ನಾನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಎಬ್ರಿಸೋದು? ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್. ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆ ಫಿಯರ್ ನ ಚಾನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಐ ಟುಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್. ಆ ಫಿಯರ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಫಿಯರ್ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್, FEARLESS ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಓಡೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸೈಕಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಸ್ಟೇರಿಂಗ್ ಭಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. ನೋ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಫಿಯರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಇತ್ತು ಭಯ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಇಲ್ವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಮಯ ಇದೆ. ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಫಿಯರ್ ಲೆಸ್ 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 ನೆಸ್, NESS. ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ವಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಟು ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ನೆಸ್? ಫಿಯರ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಫಿಯರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಫಿಯರ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿ fear became negligible. To become that, you follow 3 rules. First, experience the fear. ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನನಗೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Acknowledge it. ಅದನ್ನ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. Do not fight a fear. Let me acknowledge it. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಫಿಯರ್? It is shaking me. It is creating a sore throat. ಬಾಯೆಲ್ಲ ಒಣಗ್ದಂಗ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಲಿ ಏನೋ ಬಟರ್ಫ್ಲೈಸ್ ಓಡಾಡ್ದಂಗ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಕ್ಕಿದಂಗೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಮಲಗಿ ಎದ್ದಾಗ ಯಪ್ಪ ಮಲಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅನ್ನೋವಷ್ಟು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರೋ ನಕ್ದಾಗ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ? ಫಿಯರ್ ಇಂದ ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ ವರ್ಗೂ, ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ನೆಸ್ ವರ್ಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಲೆಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಇಟ್. ಫಿಯರ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ ಫಿಯರ್, ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಫಿಯರ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಯನ ನೀವು ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಯ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಭಯನ ನೀವು ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಭಯ ಓಡೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫಿಯರ್ಲೆಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾಲೋ ದಿಸ್, ಲೈಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೂಪರ್. ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಸ್, ನೀವು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ 5 dimensional? ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೈ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಎಂಡ್. ಸಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಯೂಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ವಂಡರ್ಲಾ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ವಂಡರ್ಲಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 3 dimensional ಮೂವಿ, 400 rupees ಫಾರ್ 5 minutes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ.
ನೀವು 500 rupees ಕೊಟ್ಟು ದುರಂದರ್ ನೋಡ್ದಲೇ ಇದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ 500 ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಆ 5 dimensional experience ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ 5 dimensional experience ಅಂದ್ರೆ you are there and you are trying to explore that with all for 5 dimensional. ಏನು ನಮ್ದು 5 sensory organs ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದಾ ಯಾವ್ದದು? What we see, ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, what we hear, what we smell, what we touch, what we taste. ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನು 5 dimensional ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ as I am communicating with you, if I can make you see what I am seeing, most of the time I am able to do it. ನಾನು the moment I say Swami Vivekananda, you are going to Swami Vivekananda, you are seeing him. When I say my beloved brothers and sisters of America, you are imagining as though you are listening to Swami Vivekananda. I am making you hear, I am making you smell sometimes also. But if it was not effective, right now I will make it. I am making you feel the touch, I am also making you feel the taste. This is called as 5-dimensional communication. Let me share one story. This will be the last part of it. Afterwards, you are free to go. Now, it was one such occasion. I remember my cousin sister. Her name is Rupa. Both of us did our engineering together. I completed engineering because I am a boy. I am free to work, enjoy, and then get into a marriage. Somehow my cousin sister was not that lucky. As soon as her final year engineering results came, they decided an alliance and they got her married. And my brother-in-law, cousin brother-in-law, he was a very gem of a person. He was a known person to us. They are a very happy family right now also. And they knew each other, so it was a good match. They enjoyed it. But there was one such situation in the entire marriage ceremony where my sister had to go to her in-laws place. Just like the old rituals, everybody were crying. But my sister was thinking, I'm just going few kilometers away from Wilson Garden to Jayanagar. Why should I worry? But she was not at all crying. But few aunts are crying, our mother is crying, our father is with tears. I am her cousin. I am not worried at all. I wanted to somehow leave that place and go because the marriage was a very hectic day. I wanted to take rest. When something like this is happening, just not to send her alone, all of you will know in your home also, when a girl is sent, they look for somebody who is little less age or same age of hers. They will ask her to accompany so that she will feel a company from the mother's place. That is a ritual. But then they were discussing. Few of the aunties were saying we will send somebody. Few of the aunties and uncles were saying we will not send. But when they wanted to send, they were searching. They did not get the right match. ಆ ಏಜ್ ತಕ್ಕನಾಗಿ ಯಾರು ಸಿಗ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈ ಆಚೆ ಈಚೆ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಾನ್ ಕಂಡೆ. Because ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಓದಿದ್ದು. I told I am not going to go. ನಾನು ಹುಡುಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. Then in that rage, what happened? I don't know what happened. My sister started crying. I was surprised. I thought my sister is more stronger and she is still the strongest. How can she cry? Then I loudly told, okay, I will go. All the aunts who told Malik is a good boy, he will always go. And then they made me ready and everything got ready. Then I went up to my sister and I told, why are you crying? I am coming, na? Who told I am crying because you are not coming or coming? Something got into my eyes, that's why I am crying. You should have told me, na? Now I have told I am going to go. If I say I will not go, you try. Then I told I will not go. And she also told you Veda Anta. Before she could say, bye muchkondo hogu neenu attilla. On the way ನೀನು ಅಳಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಚೂರ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ. Sometimes you cry, it's a problem. Sometimes you don't cry, it is a problem. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ you cry and finish it off. Communication is cry and finish it off. Now everything was set right. My brother-in-law he sat there. I was in between. My sister was sitting there. Both of them are looking at me like I am one kebab mein atti. From top to bottom I am looking. I told my brother-in-law, it was not my choice. I don't want to. Shall I go? He told, okay, sit. I looked at my sister. What? Why did you say I will come? Now if I send you, I will be the villain. I don't want to be the villain. You come early morning, we will send you back. I went there. We were very tired. They gave me a separate room. I went and slept. All through the journey, they made me feel like I was a kebab in an addi. I was actually scolding myself. Why did I raise my hand and say I will volunteer? And I went back. I wanted to just sleep, get up early in the morning and come out. So I was waiting for the 6 o'clock to happen. As soon as it was 6, I got up. I never wanted to brush. I don't wanted to use the restroom. Also, just the nature call, I finished and I was about to go. I opened the door to get away. My sister saw me. Why are you leaving? I told, over. I'm going now. I don't want to be kebab, buddy, all that. Then she told, okay, you go. And I was about to leave. And she told, I've prepared your favorite jamun. Jamun and me, nobody can come between you and me. You give me jamun, I'll do whatever you ask me to do. That is the kind of a person I am. The moment she told jamun, because jamun is a dish where any Tom, Dick and Harry can prepare and it will be a jamun only. But kesari bath will not be kesari bath. Uppit will not be uppit. It can be anything else. But jamun will always remain a jamun, little bit here and here. And I told I am ready, and she had kept everything ready. There was a bowl. She had put 4 jamuns on that one jamun, just like a pyramid. And I was sitting there. My sister's father-in-law is sitting here. Mother-in-law is sitting. My brother-in-law is sitting here. And my brother-in-law's grandmother is sitting. Everybody one jamun they have taken. They are cutting the jamun. I was telling idiots, why do you cut the jamun using the spoon? I took up one jamun. I did not see what they are looking at. I just picked up. I cut it into half. I closed my eyes. I started chewing because I wanted to feel the jamun. As I was chewing, I was able to feel it was one of the best jamuns. I chewed. I completed. I opened my eyes. They are still cutting it. I told idiots in my mind, not openly. I completed my second jamun. I was so happy with the taste of jamun. I still had 4 to go. I could not waste even a minute. I picked up the next jamun. I bited it into half. As soon as I bit into half, I could listen to a song called as Kachak. Can everybody say Kachak? Kachak means something I got between me and the jamun. Something was there between me and the jamun. But my eyes were closed. I did not know exactly what was there. I knew if I opened my eyes, I'll spoil. Maybe somebody has made that noise, Kachak. I did not listen to them. I started chewing. As I started chewing, I could feel something is there between my jaws. ಏನೋ ಸಿಗಾಕೊಂಡಂಗೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಅದು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಮೂನ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಗಿಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು. ನಾನು ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು I gulped it. Even while gulping, when it was going through the throat, it was giving a 6th sense message, because it's not 5-dimensional, 6th dimension. There is one more dimension. My intuition was saying something is not right. I opened my eyes. Right in front of me, my sister's father-in-law, mother-in-law, and her grandmother, they puked, vomit madudru. Then they told, look, in the jamun, one lizard half I had already eaten. Half of the lizard, the tail is wagging. And lizard is there already in my stomach. Sir, ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಜಾಮೂನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. How many of you will eat jamun now? Okay. This is a fictional story. There was no sister. Sister will never take a brother, kebab mein auntie. And she will not prepare jamun. She will say, you go. She will send on the same night only. Okay. Now, was I not 5-dimensional? I made you see the jamun. I made you chew the jamun. I made you even taste the lizard. Most of you today, ಊಟ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ತೆಗ್ದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆನೋ ಏನೋ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ. Your 6th sense will always make you do that. This is called as 5-dimensional communication. Now, ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ was capable of doing this 5-dimensional communication. Sadhguru is capable of talking in 5 dimensions. They can make you see what they want you to see. They can make you feel what emotions they want you to feel. Can I make you feel happiness? Yes, then I am a good communicator. Can I make you cry? Yes, that means I am a good communicator. Can I create a surprise in you? Yes, I am a good communicator. Can I create that exclusiveness, a small miracle in you? Then I am a good communicator. This is called as 5-dimensional communication. There is no shortcut to learning this. Just like there is a TEDx forum in every college. I have told most of the college, the Christ College has a TEDx forum. I had told my HOD to introduce it because I was from Christ College. They call me sometime to volunteer. It is not exactly TEDx. There is a group where they organize weekly public speaking seminars. In this college also, if one of the lecturer takes an initiative, It will be beautiful if you can have every Saturday a topic will be given, everybody will come prepared and you will speak on the dais and you will learn and you will start overcoming the fear of public speaking. There is no shortcut to success. Any number of theory classes cannot make you a swimmer as long as you don't jump into the swimming pool and learn swimming practically. In the same manner, I would have loved to call each and every one of you, introduce yourself, tell what changes need to be brought. But ಅಷ್ಟು ample time ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ I made it as a one-way communication. Please excuse for not practically involving you, asking you to come and speak. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀವು ರೆಡಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we did not do that. It was nice addressing each and every one of you. If you have any questions, I'll answer. Otherwise, please give me a very big round of applause. Audience yeah, ma'am, you can continue. ಹಂಗೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ